Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2. Can everyone hear me loud and clear this afternoon? Testing, testing. So we can. Well, good afternoon and welcome to Tattenham for today's Southern League Premier South match between Poole Town and Berkhamsted. Another day here at Tattenham. There's no rain, which is always a delight to see out on the surface so far today. We will have to wait and see throughout the course of the day if there is any rain striking us down. But it should be a good one today. I'm once again joined by my good friend Ollie Kemp. Ollie, if we can replicate Saturday's win and the dramatic scenes at the end, it would be quite some triumph today, wouldn't it?
It really would, and I think I'm still living off that adrenaline rush actually from last weekend. So I'm sure everyone in the ground will be up for this today, like we are, Connor, and should be expecting a good game.
And look, we come off the back of that 2-1 win against Basingstoke Town. I think if anyone watched the interview of Joe and Pat after the game, even they said that it wasn't the best performance on the day, but we grounded out, and we've been so good at that this season, getting results out of really nothing in the game. I mean, Adam Parks, the hero, once again, as he was against Bracknell Town very early on in the season. I mean, firstly, what a phenomenal save it was from our number one to basically win us the game with the last kick of the match. I mean, the scenes at the end were great as well, obviously. There was a little bit of disruption, I think is probably the best word to use, with the Basingstoke fans and a few of the Poole players. But I mean, enough of that. It was a fantastic win, and hopefully we can go again today and get another 3 points.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I think, you know, Basingstoke played well, but like you said, sometimes you just have to grind out those performances. And like today, I'm sure Berkhamsted will be well up for this. You know, come here looking to cause an upset. They're 8th in the table, and you know, not too far off those playoff places. So they'll be looking here. They'll be looking to come here with a point to prove.
We are just waiting for the teams to emerge today. We'll give you a quick run through of the starting lineup, starting with our visitors, Berkhamsted. Today in goal for them is number 1, Charlie Horlock, number 2, Luke Andrews, number 3, Lewis James Rolfe, number 4, Adam Watkins, number 5, Pierce Mitchell, who did score the winner in Berkhamsted's last game, which was on Saturday, a 3-2 win against Taunton Town. Number 6, James Gertie. Number 7, JJ Lacey, who's their captain today. Number 8, Carl Brooks. Number 9, Brad Watkins. Number 9, Jose Sani. And number 11, Ryan Sean Blake. And now for your Dolphins team this afternoon. In goal today for the Dolphins, the ever-present Adam Parks. In between the sticks, a back four once again of Ryan Campbell, Owen Dorr, Corey Jordan and Dan Carr, who did get the assist for Shaquille Gwengwe's winner last weekend. In midfield today is Billy Lowe's and Harvey Slade, and a front four of Antonio Diaz, Henry Spalding, Ao and Shaquille Gwengwe leading the line. Ao is the only change from that win against Basingstoke. He replaces Ike Hill. What do you think the reason behind that is?
You know, I think Ike had a bit of a quiet game last week. You know, it wasn't his worst by any means, but he just had a bit of a quiet game. And Ao came on, he made a good impact. Obviously hit the post, which would have made it 2-0 last game. But, you know, Ao's been looking good off the bench recently, so I think that was a fairly reasonable replacement.
100%, and we know today is going to be tough against Berkhamsted's side, who are currently 8th in the league. Do you reckon we can get the 3 points today, Ollie?
Yeah, of course. You know, I think the boys out there have always got to go into the game feeling like they can get 3 points. And I know, you know, Berkhamsted are doing well in the league. Like you say, they're 8th in the table and looking to get into those playoff places. But, you know, they come here to 2nd in the league, and we've been on terrific form. And, you know, I'm sure Pat and Joe would be saying to them, this is your game to win.
And you can hear the Poole fans there just serenading Adam Parks as he goes over to his goal. It does look like we will be shooting towards... Thank you, mate. It does look like we will be shooting towards the other end, not the shed end, in the first half at the moment. There will be a minute's applause for... let me just get the board up very, very quickly. Like we said just there will be a minute's applause for John Notley, who's a true legend in non-league football, who passed away very, very recently, a few weeks ago. So there will be a minute's applause for John Notley in a few moments' time. That was a minute's applause there for John Notley, who passed away very unfortunately very recently. He lived from 1955 to 2026. We hope he rests in peace. Now back on to today's game as we get set up and ready for another thrilling encounter here at Tatnam between Poole Town and Berkhamsted, with seeing the team side there. I mean, it should be a good one today, Ollie.
Yeah, really good game. Looking forward to this one, Connor. Shooting towards the shed end. You could notice as well out there in the second half, which will be, I'm sure, vital for us. And we have kicks off here. Berkhamsted keeper goes long.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Tatnam for today's match. We have just got underway. I was just putting the timer on the big screen. Berkhamsted with the ball in our half at the moment. Shaquille Gwengwe looking to put the pressure on the Berkhamsted defence very early on here, and the number 5 back there for Berkhamsted, Pierce Mitchell, defends it well and clears long. Berkhamsted just looking to hold on to the ball in the early stages. Here's Henry Spalding for Poole. Sets it back to Billy Lowe's. Billy Lowe's family are today's match sponsors, TC Lowe's. Hope they have an enjoyable afternoon with us here at Tatnam, and hopefully everyone listening along from home has an enjoyable watch along with us today too. Here's Ryan Campbell wearing the captain's armband once again today for the Dolphins. Plays it on to Corey Jordan now in that right centre half row alongside Owen Dorr today. Those two have been really impressive so far this season.
Yeah, really formidable duo there, starting to form.
Hear a train in the background there. And that's certainly reminiscent of Berkhamsted's stadium, where there's a train literally running side by side of the ground. Here's Adam Parks onto Ryan Campbell. Berkhamsted pressing really high at the moment, and that's a mistake there from Ryan Campbell. Picked up by Berkhamsted, and Harvey Slade does well to jump in front of his man. Ball round the corner onto Antonio Diaz, who's progressing forward at pace for Poole. Diaz looking to force it in behind onto Ayo. His first start for the Dolphins in quite some time. Here's Antonio Diaz now looking to get the ball into the area, and it's well dealt with by the goalkeeper. Shouts of the ball going out of play for a corner, but the referee allows the game to continue with Charlie Horlock in possession of the ball. Quite a fast start to this game, Ollie.
Yeah, you can tell straight from the off the intent from Berkhamsted. And, you know, I think they might be looking to go long a lot today.
Oh, it's good defending there from Ryan Campbell, just to head the ball back to Adam Parks. A very warm welcome to everyone joining us from home so far today. I hope everyone is looking forward to another exciting and enthralling game, as it was last weekend when the Dolphins beat Basingstoke Town by 2-1. Shaquille Gwengwe's 90th minute winner was actually not the talking point of the game, with Adam Parks saving a penalty in the 96th minute to secure the 3 points for the Dolphins. Here's Harvey Slade with the ball on the halfway line. Slade finds Antonio Diaz just to the side of him. Diaz with the ball looking to force it round the corner. Shaquille Gwengwe will have a tough test today up against the two centre halves of Berkhamsted, and it's just about dealt with back there by James Gertine, and Dan Carr pressing high. Just how impressive has Dan Carr been since he joined the club?
Oh, excellent. You know, I've actually only seen him twice so far this season, because I missed the start of January. But yeah, he was excellent, especially last game. You know, people forget that he went down early with that head injury, and he could have, you know, from there kind of just sailed through the game and let it go past him, but he did the absolute opposite of that. He got a goal and assist, and he's probably the best game in his Poole Town shirt so far.
I think that, yeah, that's a fair judgment. I mean, he has been unbelievable since he joined the club from Hanwell. He's a player that's been in our books for quite some time now. I mean, we know there's been talk of Dan Carr joining the Dolphins for a little bit, but eventually, big shout out to Andy Ross, who I know is listening along from home today. He got the job done, got the deal done, and Dan Carr has been a revolution in that right back spot. Goal kick here for Berkhamsted, which they are taking their time with. Charlie Horlock launching it forward. Slade looking to get there first, headed forward, and Ryan Campbell now needs to deal with this one. Ryan Campbell sets it back to Owen Dorr in his own penalty area here. Does need to deal with this. Berkhamsted continuing to press really high, and Dorr plays it to Ryan Campbell again, who tries dribbling out from the back at the moment. I mean, it's risky football, but we've actually done quite well to deal with it there. Here's Lowe's onto Harvey Slade now. Great ball out to Dan Carr down the right-hand side. We know how much space he can take up down that right flank. I mean, he's defending 1 minute, and the next moment he's through on goal, basically. Here's Harvey Slade now. Dan Carr again. Round the corner to Diaz. Diaz goes all the way back to the halfway line. Here's Corey Jordan now. Jordan progressing forward, who did have a big part to play in that Shaquille Gwengwe winner. I mean, we know Corey Jordan's very good at progressing forward with the ball, and we saw that, didn't we, on Saturday?
Yeah, the ball that he played through for Dan Carr to get the assist was excellent. You know, perfect way to pass.
Here is that man again, Dan Carr, looking to drive inside. Ball into the area, not really dealt with. Here's Ayo on the edge of the area now, inside it. Here's still Ayo, looking to take on his man, takes it slightly wide. Ayo just about holds on to the ball. Back to Ryan Campbell. Campbell into Lowe's, round the corner to Campbell again, and it's good defending by Berkhamsted to get there first, and Owen Dorr has misjudged the flight of the ball, and there could be a chance here for Berkhamsted's number 9, Brad Watkins, driving forward up against Corey Jordan. Still Watkins sets it to the side. Number 10 is on the overlap, but that's a poor ball, and Owen Dorr can deal with that there. It's a little bit of an early scare there for Poole.
Yeah, you know, Brad Watkins, obviously a very big physical striker. He's going to look to cause some problems for those two centre-backs today.
Here is Corey Jordan now. Sets it to Owen Dorr. Onto Ryan Campbell. Dorr again. Finds Corey Jordan. Poole just happy to keep the ball at the back at the moment. We've seen Harvey Slade there just dropping into that right back role with Dan Carr progressing forward. We've seen Harvey Slade do that quite a lot this season, which does allow Dan Carr to have that space to progress on.
Yeah, I think it works really well, the way that, like you say, Harvey drops back and then gives Dan basically the chance to play right wing and let Diaz come inside a little bit more as well.
100%. Ryan Campbell. On the bench today for the Dolphins is Jamie Wiskin, Chris Campbell, Charlie Davis, IK Hill and Salim Saeed back on the bench today. No space for Ade Homoia, who we believe is still out injured at the moment, and Josh McCormick not in the squad either. We were joined by Ade on commentary on Saturday. He did quite a good job actually, didn't he?
I think he did, yeah, I think he was very good, very insightful.
Nice football here from Berkhamsted, looking to keep the ball in the attacking third at the moment through their number 10, Jose Sane, and Shaquille Gwengwe has done well to win it back. Still Gwengwe. Forced slightly backwards, Slade now can switch it out. Well, he's aiming towards Dan Carr. Will eventually make its way out to the Poole Town number 15, although he's beaten to the ball by Ryan Blake over there, and that will be a free kick to Berkhamsted in a half at the moment. I think it's fair to say, Ollie, coming into today's game, if an outsider probably looks in and says, oh, Poole are going to win this easily. Berkhamsted, they're no mugs. They've lost, I think it's like, I'm pretty sure it's 1 in their last 10 matches, which was to Plymouth Parkway, and they've come off the back of a 3-2 win against Taunton Town, where they also scored a last-minute winner. There'll be no mugs today, I think it's fair to say.
No, and you know, I think like Pat and Joe have said so many times this season, there are no games, there are no easy games in this division. And today certainly won't be one.
Well, you look at that 5-5 draw we had with Tiverton Town, albeit it was a freak result on the day, but I mean, that's bottom of the league against a team that's pushing for the top. And ended 5-5, ball into the air for Berkhamsted, well dealt with by Ryan Campbell, shot from the edge, and that is always going over the bar and out of Tattenham Stadium. Is that a little bit of a worry though, Ollie, the amount of chances that Berkhamsted have had in this game so far? I mean, they've only really had 1 shot on goal, but they have had a lot of the ball so far.
Yeah, you know, I think we've just got to settle a bit into this game, you know, get on the ball like we are right now, create a few chances. I'd like to see Henry Spalding get on the ball because I thought he did really well last game, especially in that first half. Link-up play was excellent, so I'd like to see him get on the ball. Really well last.
Can see Sam Dom in the chat saying up the Berko. It's always good to see that we do have at least one Berkhamsted fan in the chat. I'll try and remain as neutral as we possibly can throughout today's commentary, but we do hope you enjoy nonetheless. Corey Jordan sets it to Owen Dorr. Finds Ryan Campbell, who's probably had more touch of the ball than anyone else so far, into Billy Lowe's. Really good ball, and here's Henry Spalding now playing it in behind, looking for Antonio Diaz. Maybe not the right option there, Ollie.
No, I think he had, was it Ayo or Shaq making that run towards the left-hand side? But I like it where he picks up the ball in that number 10 position, and he's so good at turning and, you know, evading his man, and they're picking the right pass, but he didn't that time.
Here's Ryan Campbell now into Billy Lowe's again. Good turn. Lowe's finds Ayo down the left-hand side, taking on their number 3 here, Lewis Rolfe. Ayo's got the better of him, but it's good defending by Adam Watkins, who came across to cover. Here's the number 10, Jose Sane. He skips around Billy Lowe's there, and the referee is going to pull that back for a free kick. A little bit late from Billy Lowe's, and that's probably one of those challenges where you're thinking, if it's later in the game, it probably is a yellow card.
Yeah, I think the ref's, you know, being lenient. He's letting that go for now, and we appreciate that.
Here's Berkhamsted's number 5, Pierce Mitchell. He did score a brace against Taunton Town in their win last Saturday. I do remember Berkhamsted, this is their first season at Stepford in a number of years now, and they are, well, they're doing very well so far, I think it's fair to say, at this level. Currently 8th in the division. Here is the goalkeeper, Charlie Horlock. Henry Spalding continuing to press high on the goalkeeper there, and they've just about got away with it, Berkhamsted. Good ball into the number 10, Jose Sani, round the corner, onto JJ Lacey, who's Berkhamsted's captain today. Back to Sani, and he has been brought down there by Ryan Campbell, and this is a promising position now for Berkhamsted to get the ball into the area. Yeah,
Cam's just got the wrong side of him there. He just brought him down. I'll be surprised if that possibly is not a yellow.
I think it's another one of in those books where if that is the 60th, 70th minute, you probably do give a yellow card for that challenge. And we mentioned Dan Kerr earlier in today's game and how good he's been since he joined. But I mean, Ryan Campbell, his consistency of performance throughout this whole season has been so valuable to the squad, hasn't it?
Oh, it's excellent. He's excellent. He's so composed. You know, you hardly ever see him make a mistake like that. And yeah, he always gives you at least a 7 or 8 out of 10.
100%. Free kick here for the visitors. It will be taken by JJ Lacey. Plays the ball into here. It's a really good ball in the headed goalwards, and it's just wide. Well, it came off the head of the number 10, Jose Sani. I don't think he knew anything about that, though, Ollie.
No, I'm not sure Parksy would have been able to get down there. You know, it looked like he was just sailing into that bottom corner, but luckily just whistled past the post.
Owen Dorr. If you are just joining us here, it is still goalless between the two sides. Here's Ayo, looking to hold on to it, although Berkhamsted have done well to win it back, and Ayo staying down, holding his head. He's slowly getting back to his feet. Ball over the top. Owen Dorr looking to get in front of his man, and he has done just that up against Ryan Blake there, and it's well defended by Owen Dorr. I've got to say, I think Berkhamsted probably been a little bit more in control of this game so far.
Yeah, no, they've made a really good start. And Poole Town are going to have to respond well to this because they've had a few decent chances.
There is the long throw option here, which we do see a lot in this division. It's thrown short to Pierce Mitchell, rather. Plays it to the number 6, James Gertine. Launches it over the top. It's a really good ball out to the right-hand side. JJ Lacey round the corner. Nice football from Berkhamsted here, and it's not a bad ball in behind. Ryan Campbell's come across the cover, and it's really good defending from Campbell.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure those Berkhamsted fans in the chat will be happy to know they've made a good start here, and that, you know, fair play to them. They're playing some good football at the minute.
I mean, I was talking to a few fans before kick-off today. We were filming a little TikTok, and I was just having a chat with some of them, and I was like, we need to not underestimate this Berkhamsted side today because they are a very good footballing side. I mean, they do knock the ball about nicely. They also have the tall number 9 in Brad Woodkins leading the line. They're a decent side, I think is fair to say. But we have played 12 minutes now at Tattenham. Still goalless here as it stands. Ryan Campbell round the corner into Billy Lowes. It's a nice turn from Lowes. He started this game well. On to Harvey Slade now. Seen the overlap of Corey Jordan, already getting flashbacks to that goal against Berkhamsted last Saturday. Jordan decides to go backwards this time. Diaz into Lowes now. He's got a lot of space and time here to think about what he wants to do with the ball. Lowes back to Ryan Campbell. Poole just happy to keep it at the back at the moment. Jordan whips out to the right-hand side. Dan Carr plays the overlap of Antonio Diaz. Diaz, oh, it's a great flick onto Dan Carr again. Pushed quite wide over by the corner flag at the moment. He goes down, and the linesman has spotted a foul there, and will certainly take that.
Definitely. It is really interesting to see how, you know, since Dan Carr's come in, how the back four has really, you know, evolved with Ryan Campbell dropping back into almost that back three. Whereas before, when it was Josh McCormick in that back four, you'd see both of them get high fairly recently. But now Dan Carr's come in. Ryan Campbell seems to have just taken that almost third centre-back role.
Well, a free kick here for the Dolphins. Will be Henry Spalding to take it. Is in a crossing position over near the corner flag. We have sent almost everyone forward for this set piece. On the referee's whistle, Henry Spalding to take. Ball played to the back post. It's quite deep. Owen Dorr brings it under inside the area though. Still Dorr. back to Dan Carr, and we've resulted to going all the way back to the goalkeeper. A little bit of a waste there, but we've still got a number of players forward at the moment. Parks launches it long, looking for Dan Carr, and it is a waste in the end.
Yep. I think the initial ball from Henry Spalding was just had far too much weight on it.
I'm just wondering, I mean, Owendor did bring it under in the air. If he could have turned a shot on the swivel maybe, but I mean, almost 15 minutes played here at Tattenham. Still goalless between the two sides. What is the attendance like today? Sam Dom says in the chat. It's fairly decent, actually. I would say it's probably about 500, 600-ish, if I had to guess. We'll get official confirmation of that at half-time. Ball played long by Berkhamsted. Owendor needs to be careful. Heads it forward this time. Berkhamsted still in possession of the ball, right over by their technical area here. They will have a throw-in now, which will be taken by Lewis Rolfe. Rolfe throws it into play, hooked over the top. Shouts of an offside there. The linesman allowing the game to continue. Ball played long up to Gwengwe. Slight nudge in the back. There didn't seem like there was too much in that, in all honesty, but the referee awarding a free kick to Poole on the halfway line. He's going to have a chat with a Berkhamsted player here. It's their number 3, Lewis Rolfe, for throwing the ball away there. I think that's probably the third time within the first 15 minutes that would be a yellow card if it was the second half.
You know, the ref's been lenient to both teams, and that's fair.
It's consistent, and that's all you can ask for at this level. Owendor now. Still goalless here. On to Corey Jordan. Jordan sets it to his centre-half partner. And it's launched long by the centre-half. Ayo was the target, well defended by Berkhamsted, who looked to turn and play their way out through. And number 4, Adam Watkins. Launched long. Owendor first to it, up in the air. Ryan Campbell unable to get anything on the second challenge, and Berkhamsted come away with the ball. It's nice football again by the visitors as they're progressing forward here at pace. Good ball down the right-hand side. Watkins looking to drive it into the air, and it goes behind for another goal kick. They're really nice football from the visitors.
Yeah, it's a bit of a waste, really. I think, you know, number 9 could have put that ball into the box rather than it looked like it was a shot. But yeah, Berkhamsted's number 10, Jose Sani, hopefully pronouncing that right, is really causing us some problems down that right-hand side.
Dorr playing it short from the goal kick to Parks, who launches long, looking for Henry Spalding. No challenge from a Poole Town player. It's a really good touch from Jose Sani there. Ball played down the right-hand side, looking for Watkins. And, well, I've got to say, after the Shaq challenge a few minutes ago, they probably could have had a case there for a free kick on their number 9. The referee only awarding a throw-in. And the Berkhamsted assistant manager's just taken a phone call in the dugout. You don't see that too often.
I mean, I think in fairness, the Shaq didn't go up for it, so it probably looked worse because he'd gone into the back of him quite high. Whereas on this challenge, you know, they're both big, strong guys, so they're both going to go up for that ball.
Throw in now for the visitors, which will be taken by James Rolfe. Does look like it might be starting to rain out there. Not too sure. Maybe it isn't raining. I'm not 100% sure. 17 minutes played.
Taking the lead in their game.
It's not good news. Throwing it now for the visitors. Lewis Rolfe to take. Eventually throws the ball into play. It's a really good turn by JJ Lacey into the area now. Does get a shot away. It's well defended by Harvey Slade once again. Diaz looking to get in front of the number 2, Luke Andrews, over there. And it's a good run from Berkhamsted's number 2. Set back in a crossing position now. Down the left-hand side this time. 18 minutes played here. Good ball back to Andrews, who sets it back to the edge. It's a really good cutback, actually, to the number 4, Adam Watkins there. And he just couldn't get a shot away. Berkhamsted enjoying a lot of the possession at the moment and playing in Poole's defensive third as well.
Yeah, they are keeping us pinned in right now. Ref.
Harvey Slade brings that one under, and now maybe a chance for Poole to finally launch an attack. I think that's Dan Carr down, holding his head over there. Once again, the ball, well, the referee has actually stopped the play, and maybe this is probably quite a good moment for the Poole players to have a little bit of a rest and kind of try and get back in this game. I mean, it's still goalless here. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but Berkhamsted have had a lot of the ball so far.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's just a good little chance for a bit of a reset. just for the players to communicate with each other and kind of, you know, see how they can improve out there. I think I would like to see a bit more from the attacking players at the minute. I don't think many of them have gotten the ball too often so far in this game.
Corey Jordan setting it back to Adam Parks as Dan Carr is now.
Show for it.
Oh yeah, he is back on the pitch now. I was looking for him for a second, then he is over there on the field now. Billy Lowe, slightly heavy touch there, and he's been dispossessed, and Berkhamsted can launch another attack. You can see whenever one of their central midfielders picks it up on the halfway line, they just launch so many players forward every attack, don't they?
Yeah, they're not scared of coming at this Poole Town side.
Harvey Slade does well to pick it up. Gwengwe trying to turn around his man. He's giving it away again. To be honest, I don't think it is too much of a worry at this point in time, on the basis that when Poole play against sides that do dominate possession, we genuinely normally dominate quite a lot of the chances in the game, and we often take our chances as well, in all fairness.
Yeah.
Berkhamsted playing it over the top. Owen Dorr first to it again, but JJ Lacey picks up the ball for Berkhamsted and could get a shot away here. He does, and it's into the hands of Adam Parks. Poole needs to be really careful at the moment, though.
Yeah, I think that's their best chance of the game so far. And it forced a really good save there from Parksy.
Harvey Slade looking for the run of AO in behind, and it almost made its way through to him. Really good idea there from Harvey Slade, and he picks up the ball once again. Slade into Gwengwe, round the corner. Nice link up here from Poole, and Henry Spalding just couldn't bring it in his stride there. And they've evaded one challenge of Harvey Slade. Another shout for a foul on the halfway line. The referee waving this one away again. Both management teams are going absolutely mental at the moment, and there's such high intensity to this game at the moment.
There really is.
James Gertine, the ball at his feet at the moment. Gertine sets it to the left back over there. Ball played round the corner. Billy Lowe's, well, I don't know if he did win the ball there, but the referee has brought it back for a free kick on the number 2, Luke Andrews. If you are just joining us here, we've now played 22 minutes on a rather grey afternoon at Tattenham. Score here is still Poole Town 0, Berkhamsted 0. Looking back to when the sides last met back in November at Berkhamsted, it was Poole Town who won and secured the 3 points on the day, with goals from Antonio Diaz and AO. Berkhamsted with the ball at the back at the moment. Here's their goalkeeper, Charlie Horlock. Horlock sets it onto James Gertine. Goes all the way back to Horlock. And they're the side that are keeping the ball at the back at the moment. Henry Spalding almost going into like a 4-4-2 at times with himself and Shaq up top, isn't it?
Yeah, it's looking like a bit of a front two, like you say. But we haven't been pressing them much recently in these last 10 minutes. We seem to have sat off a little bit, which I think Pat and Joe have realised, and you know, they're trying to get the boys up for it and further up the pitch.
James Gertine sets it across into the number 3, Lewis Rolfe. Rolfe on the corner into Sonny, and Poole starting to press a little bit higher now.
Yeah.
I think what it is a fair comment to say so far is that it is 2 very good footballing teams out there. I mean, it's not been too much long ball as of yet. I mean, both sides are trying to knock the ball about, aren't they?
Yeah. No, it's been a good game of football so far. Just like to see Poole, you know, create a bit of a better opening, because I don't think, apart from that first 5 minutes, we haven't really seen too much chances from this Poole Town side.
It's really good work there from JJ Lacey, who's definitely a bit of a superstar in this Berkhamsted side. And now Sani has a chance to drive forward. Brilliant defending from Billy Lowe's to win it back there. Sets it to AO. Back to Lowe's. Lowe's round the corner. Really good work from Billy Lowe's, though.
Yeah, excellent. That's what he does so well, just putting out those fires across the pitch, winning the ball back.
Ryan Campbell with a throw in here for the Dolphins on the halfway line. If you are just joining us here today, today's commentary is sponsored by Link Homes Estate Agents. Do go check them out at half-time when you can. Corey Jordan now Seen the run of Dankar. It's a really good run too.
Excellent.
Still Jordan, and he does eventually find Dankar. Looks to drive forward here for the Dolphins onto Antonio Diaz, who's kind of taken that kind of cam sort of role, that number 10 spot at the moment. Here's Ryan Campbell now, looking for the advanced run off Diaz. It's not a bad ball in behind, well dealt with by the Berkhamsted number 5 back there, and I think it may have gone behind. It's actually a throw-in rather than a goal kick, thankfully. Throw-in right over by their own corner flag here at the moment, Berkhamsted. Over 35 people listening along with us live today. Big thank you to everyone joining us from home. Ayo first to it, onto Lowe's, back to Owen Dorr on the halfway line. Finds Corey Jordan now, still goalless. Out to Dankar. Jordan again. Owen Dorr has spotted the run of Dankar once again. It's a really good ball over the top, but I think that might be too far as it goes into the hands of Charlie Horlock. Good idea, though. Yeah, good idea. I think it is worth mentioning as well, you know, despite the lack of chances for Poole Town in this game so far, you know, we know how ruthless our attackers are, like Shaq, more importantly. All he needs is one chance, like we saw against Basingstoke last week, and he puts the ball in the back of the net. Yeah, 100%. Don't get me wrong, Shaq is obviously a brilliant striker, and he has every attribute that you need to be a fantastic striker. I mean, his work rate is top-notch. There are games this season where he's been a little bit limited, and maybe that's not his own fault in the game. He's maybe not had too many chances, but he always pops up with a goal in the important moments, doesn't he? And that's what you need from your striker. That's the striker's main role, is to put the ball in the back of the net. It's a proper cliche there. Yeah, I know. Ryan Campbell now. Round the corner into Ayo. Slipping on the surface slightly, but does well to hold on to the ball. Maybe asking a little bit too much there, but the game is allowed to continue. Ayo driving at the defence now. Still Ayo into the area this time. Ayo looks to cut it across. Really good ball. Here's the chance for Poole. Diaz off the bar. What a chance that is for the Dolphins to take the lead in today's game off the crossbar. As the game continues, Ryan Campbell, Poole Town looking for this first goal in the game at the moment. Campbell switches it out to Dankar now. Still Carr, ball whipped into the air, and it looks like it'll go behind for a corner kick over there. Wow, what a chance. I mean, it looked destined to find the back of the net there, didn't it? When it just fell to Antonio Diaz, he was probably about 10 yards out from the goal, and it just crashed off the woodwork. He didn't need to put that much power in it, I'm not sure. I think he was leaning back a bit too much as well. That really should have been a goal. It was great work from Ayo, though, to drive down that left-hand side. Oh, it's brilliant, yeah. I think he did maybe get a little bit lucky in the first instance that the ball kind of just pinged off him, but once he picks up, he just drove into the air, and that's what Ayo gives you. He's big, he's powerful, and he's got so much pace about him that he can just drive forward with the ball. Yeah, he's so direct. And he just cut it across. Antonio Diaz was just waiting for the ball. It was a decent effort from Diaz, and it just crashed off the woodwork. Dankar. Here's Corey Jordan. Poole still in the attacking third at the moment, and that's well dealt with by Berkhamsted as they can launch it long, but only to Harvey Slade. This is so much better from Poole at the moment, Ollie. Yeah, the last 5 minutes been much more intent. And that's, I'm sure, what Joe and Pat would like to see. Oh, brilliant, Ayo. Ayo again, down the left flank this time. Looking to take on the Berkhamsted defender again. He's gone down there. Maybe it's the case of a free kick. Did seem a little bit light, though, the referee allowing it to continue. Here's Slade. Onto Spalding. Poole's still driving forward. Spalding onto Gwengwe. Was on the floor, but now he's back on his feet. Shaquille Gwengwe does get a shot away. Really good block again. Out to Dankar. Finds Harvey Slade down the right-hand side onto Antonio Diaz. Diaz just weighing up his options at the moment. Lowe's back to Corey Jordan. It's all Poole Town at the moment, which I'm sure all the Poole fans listening along at the moment will like to hear. Ryan Campbell. Campbell goes inside to Lowe's, back to Owen Dorr. He finds Corey Jordan in space. Jordan back to Henry Spalding again. Jordan round the corner into Harvey Slade now, looking to get it across. He does set it back, but it's good defending by Berkhamsted again as they look to clear the ball away. They do just that, and it's actually not a bad ball. Owen Dorr needs to win that race. Brilliant. It's a really good challenge over there. He had to win that. Excellent tackle. Lowe's now. Driving forward again, onto Dan Carr. Carr sees the overlap, really good overlap from Jordan. Ball, well, I was going to say whipped into the air. I think it's almost whipped out the stadium. And goes behind for a goal kick. I mean, we said just a moment ago that it is so much better from Poole at the moment. We're genuinely starting to generate some real chances in the game. It did take us 20 minutes to kind of get a foothold in the game, but now we kind of have that, and the first goal, hopefully, would be just around the corner.
Yeah, I think, we're unfortunate not to be 1-0 up. I think if Diaz puts a little bit less power on that and gets over the ball a bit, we would be 1-0 up in this game. But it's, like you say, it's much more positive. We've grown and we've settled into this game, and that's exactly what the fans wanted to see.
Goal kick here for Berkhamsted.
In the Walton and Hersham game, Basingstoke have equalised.
Wow. Would be fantastic if Basingstoke could get a result there today. I mean, I don't want to say the title charge is still on at this moment in the season, because we are still 9 or so points off them, but you just never know.
Football's a funny game. You never know.
Picked up by JJ Lacey on the halfway line here. Good ball down the left-hand side. Berkhamsted set it back to Luke Andrews. He finds James Gertine. We've now played 30 minutes here at Tattenham, still goalless between the two sides. Gertine sets it to Andrews. Back to Gertine again. Berkhamsted just trying to hold on to the ball for as long as possible here. Horlock, Berkhamsted's goalkeeper, eventually launches it forward. Harvey Slade trying to get in front of his man. It's a good leap from Slade, but he doesn't win the ball in the air. Here's JJ Lacey now. Evades one challenge from Lowe's. Really good ball in behind. There could be a chance for Berkhamsted. Brilliant defending by Ryan Campbell to get that behind for a corner.
Yeah, excellent. He tracked his man the whole way into the box. Yeah, he's put it out for a corner.
I believe this is the first corner of the match so far.
I think you'd be right.
Will be taken by Berkhamsted's captain, JJ Lacey, on the far side.
The rain is just starting to come down a little bit now as well.
Berkhamsted corner as they whip the ball into the air. Really good ball in there, still alive in the box, eventually headed away by Corey Jordan. Looks to get in front of his man. He's been shrugged to the ground there by Sonny. As Berkhamsted look to keep the ball at the back, eventually launched into the area, and that will be Adam Parks every day of the week. Parks rolls it short to Owen Dorr. Finds Ryan Campbell. Back to Parks again. Adam Parks, who's probably still living off the dream reality of that save last weekend in the 96th minute to save a penalty and win your side the 3 points for the second time in a season. Truly is remarkable. I mean, it's the kind of thing that happens once in your career, and this has happened twice this season for Adam Parks.
Yeah, incredible. And it was a double save as well.
Yeah. Here's Owen Dorr now. Plays it short to Ryan Campbell. 0-0 here at the moment. On to Antonio Diaz down the left flank. Diaz looking to drive forward, and Ayo's been pulled down, and that will be the first yellow card of today's game. I believe it was Adam Watkins who was shown the yellow card there for a foul on Ayo. I didn't actually see the challenge, but...
No, it was definitely a yellow card. I think, Ayo's making that run and he just clips his feet purposefully. I think you're always going to find yourself in the book for that one.
100%. Right, it's a Poole Town free kick in a promising position here. Dan Carr's the one standing over it. Poole have sent almost every player forward. Ryan Campbell and Billy Lowe's are the only ones sitting back. Antonio Diaz just looks like he's going to wait on the edge of the area. May actually make that run to the front post here just to try and drag their defence apart a little bit. Dan Carr to take. Does play it into the air. Really good ball to the back stick. Great ball in there. And is headed behind for a corner. What a great set piece that was.
Excellent. Dan Carr puts that ball into the corridor of uncertainty. And it was a shame. It was good defending from Berkhamsted to just flick that ball on. But now, Poole Town off the corner.
It will be taken by Henry Spalding. Looks like Poole positioning a lot of players at the back stick for this one. Spalding to take. He whips it into the air. Really good ball in a headed goalwards by Antonio Diaz. And it goes behind for a goal kick. What a chance that is.
Yeah, another good chance from a set piece. I'm not sure if it actually came off Diaz's head or his back or his shoulder there, but It's unfortunate.
Well, it's gone behind for a goal kick, which will be taken by Charlie Horlock. The chances in this game are certainly growing as the game goes on. Horlock.
Certainly taking their time.
You don't see too many sides time wasting in the 34th minute, but there you go. Played long. Corey Jordan hooks it over the top, looking for Gwengwe. Ayo's continues run in behind, well defended by Berkhamsted. They launch long. That will be a throw-in to the visitors on the far side. Very quickly, we're going to get the thoughts of Ben Trant here on the first half an hour in today's game. Ben, what have you made of it so far?
If I'm honest, mate, the first sort of 20-25 minutes, I was actually not really enjoying the game because it was just I was taking a note of all the moments in the game for the highlights, and yeah, it just seemed to be Berk half chance, Berk shot a goal, and yeah, we just didn't really come into it at all till maybe about the 30th minute or so. But since then, we have definitely been the better team, and obviously we've had a flurry of chances in the last few minutes. But yeah, it looks like both teams could definitely score, but it'd be nice if we actually opened the scoring.
Yeah. Do you reckon Joe and Pat will be a little bit more pleased with the last 5 minutes in this game, though?
Well, I've been able to watch them actually from where we're sat today, and they were getting increasingly animated, shall we say, as the game was going on, because we weren't really in the game at all, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, they look a little bit happier, and I imagine now they're seeing more from the team that we've come to expect really this season. So yeah, as I say that, both of them just screamed at Ayo and Shaq there. But yeah, no, we've done well the last few minutes. It's a shame we've not scored, but it's nice to see us actually have a few chances in the last few minutes.
100%. Berkhamsted with the ball at the back at the moment. Here is Gertine looking to play it forward into the feet of their number 8 there, Carl Brooks, and it goes all the way back to Pierce Mitchell. Ball played in behind. It's a really good ball up to Sani, who's had a lot of joy down this right-hand side. Not many players do have joy against Ryan Campbell so far this season.
Yeah, I think he's definitely looked like their danger man in this game so far.
Berkhamsted with the ball down the left-hand side through Luke Andrews this time. So they play the ball inside to Carl Brooks here, looking to skip round Billy Lowe. Still Brooks, really good ball into Andrews again, fires it across the face of goal. It's good defending over there by, I think it might have been Corey Jordan. It goes behind for another Berkhamsted corner here, Ollie.
Yeah, after that little 10-15 minute spell, Berkhamsted have come back into this game.
I think it's fair to say it's been quite an even contest on the balance of the whole 37 minutes we played so far. It has been very, very even, and nothing really to separate the two sides. I think Poole have definitely had the best chance, the best 2 chances of the game. I mean, Diaz hit the crossbar from about 5 yards out, so I mean that was ultimately the best chance of the game so far for Berkhamsted with a corner here. They do have a few tall players in their side, the likes of the number 6 James Gertine and their number 11 Ryan Blake too.
Which have been made aware that Gloucester are 3-0 up in their game, which is a shame.
Ball played into the air, it's into their front post now, go behind for a goal kick. Was that Gloucester there that were 3-0 up? And that certainly puts a little bit more pressure on us to get the 3 points today. I think they may be overtaking us on goal difference as well if we were to win by 1 goal here at the moment. It may be level actually, and then it'll go to whoever scored more goals. Parks playing it short to Owen Dorr, out to Ryan Campbell now. Campbell just about keeping the ball in play right in front of us over on this far side near the halfway line there.
You see the water spinning off the ball. You know, I did actually check the weather forecast yesterday and today.
Yeah, you told me there'd be no rain.
There would be no rain, but you know, trustworthy the weather app is.
Here's Ryan Campbell. Still 0-0 here at Tatnam as we are shortly approaching the half-time break. It's certainly hot chocolate weather out there at the moment, I think it's fair to say. I think that may be my half-time beverage. Lowe's. Back to Owen Dorr. We've seen the run of Henry Spalding. It's not a bad ball over the top. I think he's asking quite a lot from Henry Spalding there, especially with the surface and the ball just skidding off it. It goes behind for a goal kick.
I think if we was to go into the break 0-0, I don't think it would be an awful showing, but you know, if we could just get that goal right before half-time, it'd make the second half so much easier.
I know there are 2 people listening along today that will certainly be hoping Poole get the 3 points in. Our Vice Chairman Andy Rossiter and one of our directors John McCarthy, who did have a brief cameo on our commentary last weekend. They certainly enjoyed the 2-1 win against Basingstoke. We hope we can replicate some scenes like that today and get the 3 points again. Slade forward onto Spalding, flicking it around the corner, looking for Gwengwe, who's having a little bit of a tough time up against the number 6 James Gertine over there. And that does look like a free kick. The referee allowing the game to continue. Well, I mean, that looked like a foul to me, in all fairness, but Ryan Campbell launching it over the top, looking for Gwengwe, unable to get there first, and there's a chance now for Berkhamsted to bring the ball under here. Adam Watkins setting it back to the number 3, Lewis James Rolfe. Here's James Gertine now. Back to Gertine again. Plays it short to Charlie Horlock, who launches it forward, and Ryan Campbell trying to get in front of his man. Owen Dorr will pick up the pieces. Hopefully you can still hear us all right with the rain pouring down on the surface and on our commentary equipment too. Corey Jordan now. Into Spalding. Jordan again. We've now played 40 minutes here at Tattenham between Poole Town and Berkhamsted. Still 0-0. Lowe's giving it away in the centre of the park, and now Berkhamsted with a chance to drive forward here. Lowe's trying to get back at his heels, and it's a good challenge from Billy Lowe's once again. I mean, he looked like he lost his man for a second there, but he did so well just to poke his foot round and get the ball back.
Yeah. It's always those sorts of challenges as well that he excels in.
Dan Carr has been dispossessed on the far side. Adam Watkins, good ball into the winger, and the linesman's flag is up. And James Gertine really frustrated out there at the moment. I mean, this Berkhamsted side, they definitely probably expected going into today's game that they could get something here. I mean, looking back to when the sides met in November, it was a very, very even game. And for the last 20 minutes, we were holding on, in all fairness.
Well, like you've already mentioned in this game so far, they are no pushovers. They've come here, they've played some good football, and they'll be looking to get all 3 points today.
Good turn from Ayo there as he sets it to Harvey Slade in the centre of the park. Slade round the corner onto Henry Spalding, who's enjoying quite a few consecutive starts at the moment for Poole Town, which is always good to see. There was quite a lot this season where he spent time on the bench, but always good to see him getting some regular minutes on the pitch now. Corey Jordan. Poole happy to keep the ball at the back at the moment, just waiting for that next attack to emerge. Jordan now finds Billy Lowe's, back to Owen Dorr. Dorr around the corner into Ryan Campbell. Diaz picks up the loose ball. Diaz into Ayo now. Ayo driving inside this time. Still Ayo battling away, and it's good defending by Berkhamsted, who are asking for a free kick there. Didn't seem like there was too much in that, in all honesty. Poole get on with the game quickly. Ryan Campbell, that's a high-footed challenge there, I tell you what. Wow.
I think the referee is letting a fair bit go right now.
I got to say, I think his studs were very high as a challenge there on Ryan Campbell. Definitely got away with one. Do you reckon that's the referee almost saying, well, I've let a few free kicks go the other way?
Yeah, I think so.
Lewis Rolfe now. Still Rolfe, sets it back inside to the number 5, Pierce Mitchell. He did score a brace in Berkhamsted's last game, which was a 3-2 win against Taunton Town with a last-minute winner from Mitchell himself. Good touch from JJ Lacey, and it's a great ball in behind. There could be a chance for Berkhamsted here. On to the number 8, Carl Brooks. Still Brooks up against Dan Carr. Sets the ball to the edge. Here's JJ Lacey, a brilliant challenge from Billy Lowe's again. I mean, he is almost keeping us in this game at the moment. Diaz now.
Diaz.
Seen the run of air over the top, and that's a little bit of waste there from Diaz.
Yeah, exactly that. We've just been a bit wasteful these last 10 minutes. You know, we had that good spell where Diaz hit the crossbar and we had a corner and a few set pieces, but I think that final ball's just been lacking a little bit today.
James Gertine now for Berkhamsted. To remember, the Dolphins are back at Tattenham next Saturday as we host Gloucester City. Do make sure you're heading down to Tattenham for that one. It will certainly be some fantastic spectacle between a side They're second in the division and third in the division. Second against third. I mean, it's difficult to tell who will be second or third coming into that game, but it will be
still change today as well.
100%. Berkhamsted, the ball on the halfway line at the moment. Here is number 8, Carl Brooks. It's difficult to actually read the team sheet at the moment with the water pouring down on it. Berkhamsted going forward down the right-hand side. Really good challenge over there from Dan Carr. Still 0-0 here at Tattenham as we've almost played 45 minutes here. Into the number 5, Pierce Mitchell now. Mitchell launching it forward. Ryan Campbell's first to it, although could be a chance for Berkhamsted to go in behind here through Sani this time. Up against Owen Dorr, set back to the edge. Here's Watkins. On to Carl Brooks now. Berkhamsted just keeping the ball on the edge of Poole Town's area at the moment. Ball out to the left-hand side this time, and it's the number 11 over there, Ryan Blake. Oh, it's good defending by Poole in the first instance. And there will be 1 additional minute here at Tattenham, 1 minute to play. Henry Spalding's picked up the loose ball. There could be one last chance at the end of the first half here for Poole. Lowe's with a great turn. Has seen the run of AO. I feel like AO probably could have still made that in all fairness. I think he was expecting it to feet from Billy Lowe's, but I mean, he still could have gone for it, couldn't he?
Yeah. I think it was a little bit lazy there from AO. I know he likes the ball to his feet, but that was a good ball from Billy Lowe's, and that could have been a final chance of this half.
I think I just heard the linesman saying that. It was meant to be 3 additional minutes. Only 1 minute was put up by our kit man, Matt Reeds. Maybe just play 2 just to be safe. Lewis Rolfe now launching it forward. Owen Dorr needs to be careful with the number 9, Brad Watkins, bellowing down on him. It's good defending by Owen Dorr. And the referee is actually given a free kick here for Berkhamsted. And there is going to be one last chance for the visitors to have a huge opportunity to swing the ball into the area here. And the referee might be showing Owen Dorr a yellow card too. Well, I didn't actually see what happened there. Were you able to witness it, Ollie?
I think it was just a bit of a, bit of a tussle and a grab from both players. I think it was the Berkhamsted number 9, Brad Watkins against Owen Dorr. I think a yellow's a little bit harsh.
Did he show him a yellow card in the end?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
Well, we've now played 47 minutes here at Tattenham, probably 1 minute to go. This is likely to be the last action of the first half. JJ Lacey is the one standing over this free kick here. He is in a crossing position for the right footer. Lacey takes, ball whipped into the air, really good ball in there. It's fantastic defending by Owen Dorr, still alive here for the visitors. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, we go into the break goalless here at Tattenham between Poole Town and Berkhamsted. A game where there's not been too many chances in it. Has been a little bit of a tough watch at times so far. I think it's been fairly even. Antonio Diaz with the best chance of the first half to take the lead. His effort crashed off the woodwork. And well, half-time, 0-0 at the break. What did you make of that first 45, Ollie?
Well, I can tell you what the Berkhamsted manager thinks. I'm not sure he's too happy with the referee or the linesman, because he's just gone over to have a little word with him. But no, I think, the game was fairly even. Like you say, 2 good teams trying to play some good football out there. I think we probably did have the better chance of the first half with that Diaz shot that crashed against the crossbar. And like Ben said earlier in his excellent analysis, Berkhamsted did have a few chances, half chances maybe as that. But yeah, I think 0-0 is probably a fair score.
Well, we will leave it there for the first 45 minutes here at Tattenham. A big 45 minutes ahead. There will be a new link live available for the second half of commentary in about 10 or 15 minutes' time. The half-time score here at Tattenham, Poole Town 0, Berkhamsted 0. We'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes' time.